I just now realized, looking at the other part of the screen here, that my box is covering like half my mouth. And it looks so unprofessional and hello, boys and girls. AEW Freak 1127 here, and welcome to episode number 6 of the UTF Archive Dive. Is it 6? Yes, it's 6. Already. Still going strong with it. Yes, I'm surprised. So, the quality of the video, right off the bat, before we get into it, I don't know. Other videos are playing just fine for me without this. It might be a consequence of the upload rather than my internet, because I know for a solid fact it's not my internet. So you're just gonna have to deal with this, the poor quality. You're not really missing much. It's my face, you know. It's the words coming out of the face that we're gonna focus on here. When I choose videos for this series, I like to begin, eventually, if I can find all of them, all of the ones that I really disagree with, all of the ones that I look at now and go like, ooh, or oh, or ugh, or feel pain, you know. Um, yeah, eventually I'd like to get to all of them. But I want to start with the ones that I feel were of some import to the Undertaker Freak channel. Ones that got a lot of views, ones that got a lot of hate, ones where a lot of people unsubscribed from my channel, ones where a lot of people subscribed to my channel. And I think this video here that I'm going to go over is one of them, one of those monument videos, in that a lot of people lost respect for me after this. And to this day, I completely and totally understand why they lost that respect for me. If you need background on this, if you don't remember this whole debacle, The Amazing Atheist, a long, long time ago, this was 2012, I believe. Yeah, sometime in 2012, maybe spring. He made a video where he put together a bunch of people's negative videos about him, and he just... It was a piss take. It was something that I would have done, looking back on it now. I totally, if I had that much hatred about me, and so much of it being so irrational and just weird in a lot of cases, and boring and stupid, I probably would have done something similar to this. But because I was involved in it, you know, so I privacy complaint flagged it, and I did apologize for it years later in a video that I made on the Undertaker Freak channel. It was an apology to the Amazing Atheist, and I still have my reservations about the guy. But for this, that's the backstory. I saw the video, I saw that I was a part of this, and I saw that he was like, oh, yeah, people hate me, and basically smoking a cigar, you know, over a heap of I don't know. Again, to this day, I don't know why I felt compelled to do it, because it was really stupid and it was really smarmy. And even if he himself can be smarmy, it was not justified. And I tried justifying it with that in so many other different ways. But the video came back later without my part, I think. And then it came back with my part included. I don't even know if I remember which video of mine he used. Probably one of the 3 or 4 videos I made about his e-begging. But now all of that is out of the way, we can start watching this video, which was me attempting to defend myself against all of the people. In fact, this was such a douchey thing that I did, ladies and gentlemen, that even the people who did my Encyclopedia Dramatica page, who could be one of I don't know how many people, but even the people who did up that page wrote like a special editor's note from like we here at ED would like to, and just absolutely blistered me in it. So of all the crap on that page, that's probably the only one true thing you will see, is that, yeah, you're a douchebag for what you did. So let's go over how I tried to justify it. Let's jump right in. Oh, by the way, I'd like to first make some commentary on the scenery. I like to do that sometimes with these old videos. This was one of the spare bedrooms at the apartment I lived in 2012. All that manga on the back, in the back, and all those books, those were my ex's. None of that stuff was mine. This was just like an extra room. And eventually the room that I took when fun stuff. But I recorded a lot of videos in this room, so here goes.
Privacy complaint I filed against The Amazing Atheist. It was not a false flag, it was not a false DMCA or a fake anything, it was a privacy complaint that I filed and I had every right to file. There's been a lot of...
In a technical sense, I did have the right to inform YouTube that my image or likeness was being used in a video that was not mine. But that's about it. Like, there's no reason the video should have come down for that. I make videos on YouTube. It was a video I put up for public use. It's not like any of my identity was being broadcast. So on that basis, it was a total bullshit, petty, I'm going to do this and let's see what happens move.
Stuff being said by his fanboys, which really will just parrot anything he says. TJ could say that I am the lost stepson of Mussolini, and there would be 30 to 40 of his fanboys on my channel saying, "Oh, you're the son of Mussolini's stepson." I mean, they're obsequious, just like the fanboys of anybody else. It's only so odd that TJ is supposed to appeal to this higher thinking, and the thinking that I've been seeing from them on my channel is way, way down in the depths. So that's just a little bit odd, but I'm going to make this video to defend myself. I'm not trying to add fuel to a fire. I'm not trying to perpetuate more drama. This is me defending.
Except for the ones who were calling me, like the R slur or the F slur, things like that. But generally, the ones who are defending him, here I am taking all this time to, excoriate these people when, in the end, the ones who saw that I did something wrong were in fact right. So, interesting.
Myself, if you see it as me just trying to stir up shit, I do dearly apologize, but I need to get my side of the story out there. Because
I
hold true to my convictions, okay? If I feel strongly about something, I don't waver. If I feel strongly enough about something and it's very unpopular and people are going to hate me for it, big deal. I'm not trying to be self-righteous.
Which is really the same rationale that, somebody who says something very bigoted uses. It may not be popular, but I stand by my convictions. People who say and do really horrible things towards, people of color and LGBT, they use the same bigots, homophobes, transphobes, all the phobes, they use that same line of reasoning. So I don't know why I was trying to employ it here myself. Again, like I said, I was trying to stir some shit. A lot of it was very much drama-based, and drama that I wanted to watch unfold because I was either that bored or that childish.
Righteous, it's just who I am. It's just the way my brain works. And I believe that what I did in this situation with The Amazing Atheist was not wrong. I was well within my rights to do what I did, and if you don't like that, then I'm sorry, but I cannot change that for you. I understand a lot of people are going to unsubscribe me, but at least hear me out and hear my side of the story before you go and hit that unsubscribe button. Hear my side of the story before you continue to post things you're parroting from other Amazing Atheist fans, or continue to post things that The Amazing Atheist says just so you can feel...
By the way, if some of you... Sometimes I talk over the things I say in the video, but really, if you go back and you watch the video on the UTF archive channel, you'll see that what I'm talking over is just not important, and it's me either restating something or just being very insulting and rude. So sometimes maybe I'll talk over something vaguely important, but more often than not, I'm talking over something that is just untrue or stupid or irrelevant. So to get that out of the way in case you're like, oh God, stop talking while you're talking. It's now you can relax. Everything's cool.
feel noble that you're doing his bidding for him because he's too much of a coward to directly address me anyway. But
Why
hear
should
me
he
out,
address
okay?
me?
Now, first of all,
That's something I got hung up on with so many people, is that, oh, they would never address me because they're coward. No, because they don't need to address me. It's because no matter what it is, if it's like even with that, with his video literally getting taken off of YouTube because of what I did, he never made a video towards me. He never, nothing like that happened. I forget why I was bringing that up. I don't know if it's a consequence of being stoned. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there's no reason for him to say anything back. So me trying to paint him as a coward. Sure, there were things that it would have been nice if he would have answered for back then, but this, not one of them. Not one of them.
I'm not a hypocrite in the sense that Mr. Repzion, I went after Mr. Repzion for doing it because I went after Mr. Repzion for lying about filing a privacy complaint. Not about the act itself, but he lied about it. That is what I was going after Repzion for. Irrespective of whether you believe me or not, or him or not, that is not what I was going after him for. I was going after him for lying about it. Got that?
I don't remember that.
Is that clear to anybody? Hopefully that has been cleared up for some of you.
I hope Repzion is doing
on to
good,
why I filed a privacy complaint.
I haven't really been keeping up with Repzion. I've talked with him a few times, personally. Is he still making videos? I'll have to check after this. Repzion. Yeah, that's a name I haven't really... Wow.
It wasn't to censor anything, first of all. I didn't censor much. That entire video is nothing but him inflating his already overinflated ego, sitting there saying, I'm so famous that I have haters. And of course, Repzion was in there, but who gives a shit? But there was nothing more than him just saying that he has haters and people that hate him. He wasn't making some substantial, salient point. He wasn't going on some sort of musing that made somebody look bad or made me look bad. He wasn't uncovering some big truth that I was trying to stifle and douse. It was just him saying he has people that hate him, and he used clips from videos, and the stunning part to me was he used the clips where people weren't even making any real points against him. He did that for a reason, because he was trying to portray all the people that go against him as idiots. That is...
Because it was fun. That's the reason he did it. Because it was fucking fun. Here's a guy who makes videos and has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and he has thousands of people who dislike him and don't like him and make these really I mean, I've seen my share of hate videos against me, and a lot of them are really awful and just things that I could not sit there and watch for 10, 20, 30 minutes on end. Not all of them, not exclusively all of them, but to be able, or to know that you have that sort of influence on people, and to want to mock it for your own entertainment. It's harmless, especially his video. He wasn't going point by point and insulting and saying this person is the worst person on earth. It was just a collection of clips, and I pissed all over it because I didn't enjoy being a part of it, and I didn't enjoy being, I guess, my line of thinking was I didn't want to be lumped in with people who were just saying, oh my god, this guy sucks, and like, he's not a Christian, he's gonna go to hell. Which, when I think about it, makes a whole lot of sense, but does that mean I should have had the whole thing taken off of YouTube? No. Although I must say it was a little bit hurtful seeing myself in there with people who, they were essentially saying nothing, but I can't remember what video of mine he used, but it was probably something about e-begging, something which I don't even give a fuck anymore. E-begging is one of those topics. Somebody asked me about it the other day. I just don't care about it anymore. They mentioned how Patreon and GoFundMe has taken e-begging to like a completely different level. And it's like, yeah, this is how things worked out, and but people have to live. People have to earn. People have to find ways to live and earn in this dystopian capitalist nightmare that we inhabit. So I don't care about the e-begging shit even anymore. It's just like, you know, it's not just a function of time, it's a function of how my viewpoints have changed on things. So, oh shit, there's still 3 minutes left in this of hollow, empty defense.
That's why I filed the complaint, because I did not want to be lumped in with the people that he hand chose intentionally to make all the people that hate him, his detractors, his antagonists. He picked those clips to make them look stupid, and I was lumped into that category. And he picked the point out of my video at which I was going to make my points. The part where I was leading up and then cut off. I didn't want to be associated with that. He was misrepresenting me. And he intentionally stopped it there because he knew that that was a point where I was going to make my points against him. And that's the story. The privacy...
Assuming he would even care. That's so shit-stir speak. To say that, oh, you used the part of the video where I could be construed or seen as, you know, stupid or whatever, but hold on, you didn't... It's kind of like when a politician says, I was taken out of context. They didn't hear the full quote. They didn't get the full statement. Even though the guy is dead to rights and said something horrifying and awful and possibly even bigoted and mean, you didn't hear the whole thing, okay? You only heard that little snippet, even if hearing the whole thing would not have made the little snippet even better. That's what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's really fucking pathetic.
Privacy complaint is there for people who do not want their material being used in somebody else's video without their permission. I don't want to be associated with that. I do not want to be associated with that ego inflation and that pretentious BS. I chose not to be associated with it, and that is why I filed a privacy complaint for the...
I made so many videos where I took the piss out of people. Fanboy comments. I would read them in the weird voices. I would lambaste people all the fucking time for making stupid comments on my videos. What the fuck was my hang-up? Oh, man.
Privacy complaint form is there for a reason, for that specific purpose. And I find it extremely hypocritical of Amazing Atheist fanboys who, like him, who know that he is all for preserving rights, but yet chastise me for being well within my rights to do something.
I don't have anything to say about that. I just have to say that I just now realized, like, I have a big screen. I have a 49-inch screen. So on one half, I have the video that I'm watching, and on the other half, I have the recording that I'm doing. I just now realized, looking at the other part of the screen here, that my box is covering, like, half my mouth. And it looks so unprofessional and shitty, but you know what? I don't care, because the bulk of my existence here on YouTube has been really crude. Like, I didn't use a lot of effects, and a lot of the times I did use effects, they were really corny and cheap because I have zero video editing skills. I really don't want to re-record this video, so I'm just gonna keep soldiering on, even though it's almost over anyway.
And they chastise me as being censoring and against free speech and say that I'm a pussy and a coward. How am I the coward? He's the one that hasn't directly addressed me. Okay? He's the one that blocks people off of his page, on his page. He's the one who has never answered to a single piece of criticism against him that I have seen anyway. How does that make me a coward? And on top of all of this, in that video, he wasn't saying anything. He was saying he has people that hate him. Once again, congratulations. So
I just said the same thing, probably for the third time. I've counted 2, but it's probably been 3. He made a video saying people who hate him. Maybe, I know the applause is just the second time, but all this video is just me rehashing the same defenseless, indefensible point over and over.
So do I. So does anybody else on this website that has enough people on their side. There's going to be enough people against them on the other side.
The person honking the horn was telling me to shut the fuck
so,
up.
I hold true to what I did. I do not apologize. I do not regret it. The only thing that I do regret is that I cannot get through the skulls of a good enough portion of his fanboys to make a dent.
Okay.
But this is just me defending myself, and this is me stating that I did what I did.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to be over, because as long as fanboys are seeing that video, they're going to come to my videos and say that I'm a hypocrite and a coward and all these things. But you know what?
Not exist.
It feels good to know that I'm defending myself and sticking true to my guns. So
Okay.
that's fine by
Feels
me.
good.
Keep bringing what you're bringing, fanboys. Keep saying what you're saying. I will
And they
know
did.
that at the end of the day, I'm holding true to what I did. I'm not wavering and I'm not backing down. And that's good enough for me. So, there you go. Have a good day.
I don't think I can really expound on that any further. One little thing I forgot as an addendum to all of the Amazing Atheist fanboys, quote unquote, that I referred to in those videos and made fun of and insulted and called ignorant and all of those things. If I'm going to apologize to the Amazing Atheist, which I did years ago, I should apologize to you as well for all those awful things that I said, because they were awful. And in the end, none of any of this shit matters anyway. None of this is real. None of it. Not a single solitary thing. Not even this. And it's calming to think about. Okay.